Welcome to another deep dive. Today we are looking at a specific case study in local infrastructure based on the operational roadmap of a new local business. We often talk about global supply chains or national logistics, but the reality of mobility usually comes down to whether there is a garage within 10 miles that can actually fix your car.
Right. It's the last mile problem of transportation. If the local service layer fails, your mobility just stops.
Yeah. And we are looking at a correction to that service layer in Perry, Iowa. Mid-December 2025 marks the reopening of Briles Auto Repairs.
Mm.
But rather than just looking at this as, a grand opening announcement, our mission today is to look at the operational model they are pitching.
Because it attempts to solve a very specific inefficiency in the auto repair market.
It's exactly.
And that inefficiency is time. I mean, they've identified what they literally call the industry norm, which is essentially a backlog model. You break down, you call a shop, and they tell you they can see you in 3 weeks.
Which is a massive friction point for anyone relying on their vehicle. So how does Briles Auto Repairs propose to bypass that? Because a backlog usually exists for a reason, right? Like parts availability or just labor shortages.
They call it the Briles Promise, and it is a shift in workflow prioritization. The goal is to get you up and running instantly or as soon as possible.
Okay.
So instead of parking a car for weeks before even diagnosing it, the model prioritizes immediate triage. It treats a vehicle breakdown as an urgent disruption to your life.
Not just another ticket in the queue.
Exactly.
That sounds great on paper, but prioritizing speed usually introduces risk. If you're rushing the diagnostic, you might miss the underlying issue. So who is actually doing the work here?
That is the critical variable. You can't have speed without high-level competence. The owner and operator is Davin Briles. We aren't looking at an entry-level mechanic here. He has over 15 years of experience.
And more importantly, the ASE certification.
Yes. Automotive Service Excellence.
Break that down a bit. Why does that acronym actually matter to you, the average driver?
It means the mechanic hasn't just learned by trial and error. They have passed standardized, rigorous testing on vehicle systems. It distinguishes a parts changer from a true professional technician. Davin also has specific factory training with Subaru and GM.
Which implies he understands the engineering logic behind those specific engines, not just how to swap out a filter.
Precisely. He frames it as professional vehicle oversight. It is comprehensive care for almost every make and model, sedans, trucks, SUVs. The philosophy is that you need a baseline of expert knowledge to safely rush a repair.
Let's look at the scope of service. If they are moving fast, are they sticking to simple things like oil changes?
No, and that is what makes the Instant Promise so interesting. They handle the safety essentials, sure, maintenance, tires, brakes.
Straightforward stuff.
Right, but they also handle complex diagnostics, underhood work, electrical systems, and suspension.
Electrical is a big one. Modern cars are basically just computers on wheels now.
And that is where the ASE certification becomes vital. Troubleshooting a wiring issue or a battery drain requires a systematic approach, not just guesswork. They also offer value-add services, like headlight restoration.
Is that just cosmetic, like making the car look new?
It's actually a safety issue that removes oxidation and haze. If you are driving in Perry in mid-December, it is dark by 5 p.m.
Oh, true.
Restoring that lens can double your down-road visibility. It's a detail that speaks to that oversight philosophy we mentioned earlier.
Now, in an industry that can be a bit of a wild west, how does a consumer verify legitimacy?
You look for affiliations. Briles Auto Repairs is a member of the Midwest Auto Care Alliance.
Which has been established since 2000.
Right. Membership implies you are adhering to a code of ethics and professional standards. It moves the transaction from a handshake deal to a professional service.
And speaking of transactions, they seem to be modernizing that front as well.
Right. Removing friction. They accept cash, checks, credit, and debit. It is about making the process completely seamless so you can just get back on the road.
So for you listening in Perry, Iowa, the service gap closes in mid-December 2025.
If you want to see this model in action, or if you need that professional oversight, you can find them at brailesautorepairs.com. The direct line is 515-465-1815.
It is a really interesting case study in valuing the customer's time.
It raises a good question for all of us. When your car breaks down, are you paying for a repair, or are you paying for the restoration of your mobility?
Because those are two very different things.
They really are.
Something for you to consider the next time you find yourself stuck on the side of the road. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.